Oh no. Is it a building episode or a decorating episode? Hey guys, it's Chaos Chick here, and today we are jumping back into the Legacy Challenge. But if you recall from our previous episode, this one is a little bit different, where we are basically rebuilding the house for the Legacy, and this will basically last the next 2 episodes. So this episode and most likely the next. I don't know how much of the next episode will still be rebuilding and redecorating, but I think when I last checked we had an hour left to finish, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, so enjoy the rebuilding episode and me talking about random stuff, and I guess I will talk to you in the video. Okay, so now we can start. Thank you. So welcome back to another Legacy build, I guess. So I showed a little bit of this in the previous episode that we did, but I didn't really show a lot of it. In fact, this is not even going to be the last time I show this, because I didn't finish it in this Legacy episode either. I think in total it was like 4.5 hours of recording, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is the second last one. I think we'll do one more, because it's not just building, it's also buying. Which we'll see later. So yeah, so anyway, as you can see, I redid the whole of the house, as you know from the previous episode. I think I was watching a lot of like, oh, excuse my yawn, oh my goodness, I'm voiceovering this at like midnight, but I was watching, I think, like a lot of little Simsy and stuff, and I was like, you know what, I can do it. I bet you I can. And to be honest with you, my goal was to make the house a lot less square. And I don't think I did that. I mean, it looks a lot more complicated from our first house, but I would just say the rooms are a lot smaller, which you'll find in the end product, so probably the next episode. But actually, no, we do the majority of the house in this episode, and I believe the next episode will probably be majority buying. I would say like 3/4 of this is building. But I'm still not very good at it, so please be patient with me, as I probably never learn how to build in this in The Sims. But anyway, yeah, roofing is a problem. I need to understand how people do multi-level things, because yeah, I struggle with it in this one, but also roofing. You know, I believe I was watching All Simsy stream, and she was talking about how to roof, and I tried. I really did. It didn't work well. Oh, I just realized that I paused this whole thing, so this is gonna be all weird. But anyway, but yeah, so yeah, this episode we're building, and buying and redoing stuff. So this is the current house that I've been. If you've been chilling in our streams and stuff, you would know that my Sims, I think that's just the Sims. A lot of my Sims content is, and Guild Wars, is recorded way in advance. So this was quite a while back. So I've been in this house for a lot of the other recordings that are waiting to be edited at the moment. So it's been really weird seeing the old house, but now it's gonna be weird seeing the new house. I'm trying to find my lip gloss. Sorry, lip eyes. Lip gloss. I'm weirdly enough getting winter lips in freaking summer. You would have thought, you know what I mean? So for this house, I was kind of going with a excuse me, a blueprint I'd found on Reddit, which was the inspiration, but I don't think it looks much like it, to be honest. Although I guess the house isn't technically finished, so we'll see what the end product looks like in Gen 10 when I become 50 years old in real life. You know what I mean? But yeah, so for the next like 20 years, I'm going to be struggling with the roofing, which is lovely. Also, I want to apologize for the random disappearance of videos. I have been really sick, and then on top of that, straight after my sickness, I had a really hectic week of work where I was working until like 11, but alas. So I have been pretty much MIA at the moment. But I'm trying to get back into things. I'm a lot better now. Apparently there's like a really crazy flu going around, because I don't get sick. Like, I know a lot of people say that they don't get sick, but I don't get sick, bro. And I got sick. In fact, I don't even think I'm 100. I would say I'm about 99%. But yeah, I usually fucking, excuse my language, I don't get sick. But as you can see, like in this bold, I actually struggle quite a bit with leveling and stuff. I never really tested, like, if they could step down. I was just super worried that they would get stuck. And so I was like, yeah, shit. So I just tried what I could do. Never allow inspiration to take over, because you end up just making the same thing basically, just smaller. But yeah, this is the house that I have been busy with for, I actually have no idea how many episodes. You guys are a little bit more behind than where I've been recording, but hey. So you can see, like, I start buying stuff. Oh my goodness, I already start 4 minutes. I start buying already. Interesting. But yeah. So how you doing? Yeah, man. But yeah, let me know if the flu kicked your ass this year already, because it's already kicked mine. Well, that and like work stuff. You know, work goddamn doesn't stop. But yeah, we're hopefully back doing our things. I'm trying to get back into the YouTubes and the Twitches and all the things. You know what I'm saying? I've never struggled for words in these things, but for some reason I'm like struggling to explain. Here I'm trying to create like the idea behind this thing was I wanted like a reading nook. I still do want a reading nook. I don't know, well, in this video particularly, I don't show you what I do with the upstairs area, but I don't know what we're gonna do. You'll see in time. You'll see in time with what I was trying to do. Well, I haven't done anything with it, but I thought like we could put like, you know, in those areas like a nice little couch and then like a bookshelf or something. That was my vision, but I don't think we're ever ever gonna do that. But excuse me, I was taking a sip of tea. We'll find out what happens, I suppose, one day as we build stuff for Gen 2 and Gen 3 and Gen 4 and all the others. Do not worry, I am still on Gen 2. Like, the current where I am recording is Gen 2 is an adult. Now, here, Gen 2 is a child. So, I'm a little bit ahead. Just a little bit. But nothing too crazy. Wait, is it Gen 2 or Gen 1? No, it's Gen 2. Gen 1 is the founders, right? I think I count that correctly. Dude, I don't know why I'm yawning. I wake up at 3 p.m. I should not be this. You know what? I'm listening to ASMR in the background, so that's most likely why I'm this bloody yawning. But anyway, I struggle with finding a correct chimney head here as well. You'll see. If you haven't noticed already, excuse me. I don't know what's going on. I was doing fine. All of a sudden, I'm hiccupy, burpy, yawny, coffee. Not the coffee that you drink, the coffee that you, you know. But yeah, like I said, I did get quite a bit of inspo. You know how you watch people do things? Like you watch people play Dark Souls and you're like, oh my god, Dark Souls is so easy. And then you load up, you buy Dark Souls, you load it up, and then you like die on the first boss and you're like, this isn't what I was watching. Like when I was watching it, this was different, right? Yeah. Dark Souls is still a game I need to conquer. I have played it for like 6 hours in total, and I think I had help beating one boss. I don't think besides the beginner boss, I don't think I've beaten a single boss. I'm not a very good gamer. But anyway, there are no bosses in The Sims, so besides money, money is your boss. But yeah, look, we're still doing chimneys, bro. But yeah, I will say that with the sickness, oh my god, I made a weird thing with my throat. I actually nearly missed getting the new PlayStation games for free, the new ones that you get if you're on like the really stupid expensive subscription, which was like the Stanley Parable and stuff. But I got it. I did. Last day, I think I had a few hours left, so where are the yawns? Why do I yawn the minute I load up OBS? I will never understand. But yeah, window, like, I don't think I'll ever understand how people do houses so nicely. Because if you actually pay attention to the outside of most houses, everything's a little bit weird. But in The Sims, you want things to look nice, you know what I mean? And like, you see this as making a terrible decision with windows. Although I do like the rounded ones for those like little blockies, but not all of it. But I end up changing it all anyway, so go figure. Please hold while I take another sip of my tea. Sorry. So yeah, since I got sick within the first month. Oh, I also watched for the first time. Dear Evan Hansen was playing here for the first time in South Africa forever. Like, it has never been here. And it's pretty sad, not gonna lie. Well, it's very serious toned. I thought it was super sad, but very good. So if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend. My mother did not enjoy it, but I think the whole message of the musical skipped over her head a little bit. But anywho, yeah, it was really good. I am now doing the wallpaper and stuff for the outside of the house, which I actually thought I did a decent job in. Like, looking at this house, I'm not so disappointed. I think I feel like when I built this, I was more disappointed because in my head, I thought I could make it like all these fancy different shapes and it was going to look cool. And then it just kind of came out as a block again. So I was like, wow, what was the point of this? But like, looking back and like seeing myself build it, it's not bad. It's not bad. You could see I've learned a lot of tips and tricks that I've probably forgotten by now. But, you know, I'm not too upset by it. I think I did an okay job. It's gonna take a lot more time of just building and decorating takes so much time compared to just playing the game. Well, playing the game actually takes a lot of time as well. I think my Sims recording sessions are like the longest than like everything else to record. Like the Sims, when I record sessions, I do like 3-4 hours probably in like separate, like, I make sure the VODs are like 1 hour each. It's easier to edit that way. But I sit down for like 3-4 hours, and then for everything else, it's like an hour most. Sims is a lot of work. But yeah. Also, if for those anime fans out there, like, my favorite anime character of all time is slowly turning into Gojo Satoru. And I've never watched Jujutsu Kaisen, and I don't ever want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen because I know Gojo dies. You know me, as soon as I know my favorite character dies, I really want to watch it. Like, for example, Gaara was my favorite character for a very long time, and when Shippuden released in the end, like, chapters of the manga were coming out, I like just I went out of my way to look for spoilers to make sure Gaara doesn't die. Now that I know that Gaara doesn't die at some point, I'm happily, I know the people that do die, but I'm happy, like, I'll watch Shippuden to the end, but I don't want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen for tech. No thank you. But yeah, let me know what anime you guys are watching. I'm currently watching this 12 Sai, I can't remember, it's like a slice of life 12-year-old anime about, like, you know, 12-year-olds, you know, girls changing of their emotions from boys being yucky to having feelings for boys and dealing with all the changes that happen with women and stuff like that. It's very cute. And I'm also watching My Happy Marriage on Netflix, and I really need to watch season 2 of Oshinoko. But the end of the manga was spoiled for me on Twitter, so, and yes, I said Twitter. And so part of me doesn't really want to watch it anymore. But Oshinoko is also a really fantastic anime. If you haven't started watching yet, it's really fucking good. It has the best opening and closing music of all time. So, I mean, look at this pillar thing that I do. Man, I know it's like probably common for people to do it and they're like, yeah, this is not revolutionary. But for me, that is. That is very revolutionary. A lot of the times I don't really build. I take stuff from the gallery, to be fair. So Just give me a moment. I need some more background ASMR, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do 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 do. Okay. Give me a second. 2 moments, please. All right, cool. We're good. We're back. Okay, so yeah, Windows, I don't really have an excuse for, but if you look at the real world, people can't window either. So, you know, and we're fine with it. We're fine with it then. But all of a sudden in The Sims, it needs to, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. But, oh, my nose. Excuse me. Oh, came back and I saw black. So yeah, so we're starting to kind of go into the decoration side of things. Which I didn't realize was half the video, but it's half the video apparently. But yeah, there was a lot of tips and stuff that I'd gotten from watching just other people. I haven't watched Sims content in a hot minute. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been watching a lot of like horror. Horror is like my preferred content to watch, to be honest with you. But yeah, so enjoy the decorating. Yeah, if you have any anime you're recommending, let me know, because I definitely don't need things to watch because I'm watching. Oh, if you haven't watched Sherlock, that's another thing that I've been raving about in my streams. If you haven't watched Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch, oh my god, you need to. Then you're very lucky. And Martin Freeman. A fantastic series, 20 out of 10. I felt like I needed to give a standing ovation at the end of that series. And I was clapping at like 1 a.m., but I was also crying because I was sad that it was finished. It was fucking absolutely phenomenal. It was such a good show. So highly recommend if you haven't already. If anyone has any like cool horror, suspense, thriller, mystery movies or series you think I should watch, please put the recommendations and stuff, because I could use something good to watch that isn't action and comedy, like is most movies these days and most series. Just action, comedy. Like I think I binge watched, what was that? What is that thing called when they're in the? I don't even remember. You're in the thing, you meet each other, and then Love is Blind. And like, I can't binge watch that. It like, I don't know what it is. It like just makes me so bored. I get so bored, dude. I tried, I really did. And I did catch up, but I saw there was a new season now, and I'm like, another one? Really? But I did binge Sherlock for a hot minute, and that thing took over my life. Oh my god, it took over my life. But anyway. Hey, look. So I do have those platforms that are outside. I do kind of have a plan for them. The idea is to put a lot of plants there and stuff, like on top and below. Just have it very planty. The idea, I think, was like a urban cottage. I might be wrong. But yeah, I tend to make things a lot florally, is what I'm noticing. Like a lot of like farmhousey vibes, you know? Oh, sorry about that. I forgot I had a little bit of champagne left, so I decided to take a swig. Anyway. Yeah. So I think this is me finishing up most of the exterior of what we're gonna have for this house. Excuse me. Excuse me again. And so yeah, I believe now I will start my intense decorating session, if I'm not, yeah. So we're pretty much done with the house, and as you can tell, it is now not square, but rectangular, so. But again, I'm actually pretty happy with what I've gotten. If I'm gonna be very honest with you, it's still very different to what I've done. It's still rectangular, unfortunately. but I think it's not the worst I've ever made, and I can see a slight improvement in what I've bowled before, which again, I don't really bowl, to be honest with you, so. Excuse me, I was taking another little sip of some tea. I have a black tea with me at the moment, so I am sipping on that while I work. Work, although I'm probably gonna go to bed after this voiceover because I don't sleep enough. 12 hours a day is not enough sleep, apparently, for my body. But anyway, yeah, let me know about any recommendations you have for anime. Well, yeah, I want to say anime, but there's a very low chance I'd watch it because there's a lot of anime out there, like a ridiculous amount that I need to watch. I still need to do the classics like Fairy Tail, even though apparently Fairy Tail's not that great, but I don't believe the people that say it's not that great because it used to be one of the big ones. And then your Full Metal Alchemist and stuff like that. I need to watch, and then that vampire one as well. I need to eventually get. There's a lot. There's just there's just a lot. If you haven't watched I'm Standing on a Million Lives, it's also really, really good. Although they don't finish it. I believe it gets cancelled, but I think it's like 2 seasons or 3 seasons. I think it might be 2 seasons. The 2 seasons are really, really good. Flipping phenomenal. Unique idea, at least from what I thought. And super interesting. But yeah. You'll notice that I have like a weird farmhousey theme with like browns and plants, and but I feel like I do that in a lot of my builds, and I don't know why I do that. I don't know if I had to actually, if I was like a gajillion in there and I could build myself a house and decorate the way I want, if I would be the same. I don't know if I'm a modern type of person is what I'm realizing. I think I like the homey, farmy style vibes. Possibly, I could be wrong though, who knows. Stretching is good for your soul, in case you didn't know. Oh, and if you are playing any sort of game that you have manual saves in, don't forget to save and sip. And if you're playing The Sims, most definitely save and sip if you haven't already. Thank you. We've all learned from The Sims 3 not to mess with any game and saving, because there's nothing, you know, you don't want to like play hours and then your PC crash or some fucking nonsense happens. You know how it be. So don't forget to save whatever you're doing, even if you're like listening to this for some reason and working, like save your work if it's not noticing. But yeah, so again, like I said, this is not the last of it. I think I might have an hour left, which I could probably cut down to 30 minutes. I think that's what I usually do anyway. So there will probably be 1 episode left of most likely decorating. I don't know how I have an hour left of decorating, but apparently we do. So there will be 1 more episode where I ask you random questions and talk about my day. Like today, all I did was play Fortnite and then edit this. Like, okay, I've been editing since like 9:45 and it's now 12:25. So but I did play a little bit of Fortnite for the last of the season. There's a specific skin I'm looking for, and it was in the shop on the 15th, which is stupid because I think it was already in the shop for 1 day and I missed it because I do Fortnite on Sundays and they didn't leave it in the shop for me. How dare they? Ugh, God. But yeah, there's a lot I need to do this week. Like early in the morning tomorrow, I have to run to the post office before work to get a shirt that I ordered in November. It is now middle February. Bruh. Then I need to, I believe, I have to go to the doctor this week for just normal checkup stuff before work as well, which is, I love doing stuff before work. Yeah, it's gonna be quite a busy one. Hopefully I'll be back to streaming on the Twitches. Although by the time this releases, it'll be the week prior that I'm talking about and not this week. So don't take that. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest. But yeah, why is it that weekends go so quickly? Like, I barely feel like I rest, and then I have to do 5 days. Yo, where 2 days at a work doesn't even go this quickly. What do you mean? It's absolutely terrible. In the next 2 weeks, I've got to work the weekend, so disgusting. You know what I mean? If a job ever makes you work 6 days a week, run for your life, because ain't no job worth that. They'll be like, yeah, we want you to work an extra day, but we'll give you 1 hour off. You just But anyway, going back into the Sims commentary, yeah, we I think did the bedroom, the main bedroom. And now we're gonna move on to the kitchen. And from what I can remember, besides these cabinets, which maybe I'm just remembering incorrectly, like I remember different cabinets, but I might be very wrong. I might be extremely wrong, so I'd have to load up my legacy save. But again, this is like way before. I mean, you can, if you just look at the like menu at the top right, you can see they aren't even doing that stupid thing that they do now where they sell you the packs inside the game. So this was quite a while ago. Ah, gosh. You know, the one thing I don't like, the route that The Sims is going, is the whole like, you know, giving us requests for like 1 week that you have to do, and you get like certain like traits and stuff for it. And then you can never get it again if you like miss it or whatever. Because that's very battle passy. And not everyone plays The Sims like that, you know? But it is what it is. It is cool that they're doing all the other games. Like I know their legacy stuff released, so we're on Legacy Challenge. But I mean, like your Sims 1, I think your Sims 2, they re-released that, which is pretty cool. I don't think I'd ever want to play the Sims 1 or the Sims 2. I can't do with the graphics, which is strange, because I can play old games, but like old Sims I can't play. I don't know what it is. I can't do it. I can't do it. I believe like for the Sims 4, I waited quite a while before I switched from Sims 3 to Sims 4, because the one things I have to have in a Sims game is seasons and pets. So I will wait. I think I only started playing, I did play a little bit before toddlers were released, but I think I mainly moved when toddlers were released, which was stupid that they didn't release them in the first place. But anyway, what can you do? I think Vanilla Sims 4 came with bare bones, to be honest. But anyway, at least we've got something going on. I do have a lot more packs now than would be in this recording. I'm currently still buying some more every month or so. I usually purchase my new games and stuff once a year for the winter sale. And then usually Sims has something for winter sale as well, but sometimes if I don't get a bonus at the end of the year, I can't afford game purchases, so I spread it throughout the year. But I usually look and stuff at the end of a specific year. Also, don't forget, if you haven't grabbed your Epic free games, you probably should. It's F1 Manager and some Apex thing, in case you're interested. And don't forget, like I do. Also, this little tea rack thing I thought was really cool, because like I like tea, and that's a tea rack with a lot of tea. There's one thing I think is really cool is like different types of tea. I don't know, tea is just pretty freaking cool for me. I like a good tea. I should probably make myself more tomorrow evening, but I stream tomorrow evening, so probably not tomorrow evening. I don't know when I'm gonna make myself more, but I probably should make myself some more black tea at some point. I can't make now because I'm gonna go to bed in like 20 minutes, so makes 0 sense. But anyway, the decorating part I'm getting a lot better at. Although that whole like thing where you have the item on the table and you can kind of move it and then like put it in different spots instead of slotting them in the spots on the table, that should be difficult. I don't know how simmers do that so easily. I got really frustrated. I thought it was going to be so easy to do, and it really wasn't. I don't understand. But yeah, any building tips and tricks, or even buying tips and tricks, or decorating, sorry, not buying, let me know. I have this thing called Life Manager on my phone that like gives you all the cheats and stuff. Well, not cheats, but like, well, I guess cheats, because Motherload and stuff would be there as well. But like, who doesn't know Motherload? But like all the like cast full edit mode and things like that. So whenever you see me playing a game or doing an episode and you say hi and you see me like pause and look at my phone, I am most likely going there too. That's where we're gonna end this episode for Legacy. It mainly revolved around rebuilding and redecorating, and as you can see, we're not done as of yet, so the next episode will be around about the same as well. I hope I didn't jamble too much for you, and I hope you found at least some of the stuff I spoke about interesting. If you want to answer the questions, please put your answers of whatever I've asked, your anime or series, in the comment section down below, as well as any tips and tricks for The Sims you think I should know. I'll put all those cool things in the comment section down below as well. And you know, if you have any game suggestions for games you'd like to see me play in the future, again, same thing, comment section. Thank you so much for getting this far and for supporting the channel. I believe the next video is Mass Effect, which I am busy working on. I'll try and get that out as soon as I can. If you want to find out where else I am on the internet, you can find all the cool links in the description as well. And again, thank you for supporting the channel and this video thus far. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you in Mass Effect. Until then, bye.